See, some people burst, but I thrive under pressure. I hold them down from distance like I was playing catcher. I pray to God, life is crazy, you know he'll test you. For real. Yeah, you know he'll test you. I'm a living legend in the making, don't care what you think about it. The only time I step inside a bank is for deposit. Failure's always present, but for me it's not an option. Cause I gotta feed my family and I know the critics watch. They don't want to see you win, so they gon' try to stop it. A humble guy until you cross that line, then I'ma pop it. Choking out the competition on my Sergi Baca. Don't associate with lames and haters, they are all imposters. Well, guys, she's back.
The vegan master.
She is back, and boy, you do not know how much I have been waiting to do this. We have Mrs. DeAndra Reasonover Winjobi, the vegan master, the mom, the comedian, the personal trainer, the businesswoman, the all in all. She is just incredible. I said it before, if you don't know her, you need to get to know her. If you don't follow her on Instagram, you need to follow her on Instagram because her page is freaking hilarious, man. So everyone, let's welcome DeAndra.
Hey, I'm gonna do a golf clap because we're kind of adversaries today. I'm playing, offense. I'm playing defense. All right.
Oh gosh.
Well, DeAndra, tell the people a little bit about DeAndra. Where you from? Your journey into veganism. Did I say that right?
Yeah, I don't know. I want to interrupt you for a second because I want to say, DeAndra, that's a pretty nice unstaticky mic you have right there.
There you go.
Look, let me knock on wood. No tech issues today. Okay.
I love that mic. That's a good mic.
Oh,
right.
Thank you, guys.
Different computer, like better connection, all of that. Yes.
You're great. It's the issues me. The issues me. Oh, so tell us a little bit about you, the world.
Yeah, so I grew up in Toledo, Ohio, born and raised there. And then I moved to Columbia for school. I went to Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina. It's an HBCU. Studied public health there, graduated, and I was on a tennis scholarship, a dual tennis and academic scholarship there. But after that, moved to Greenville, but still traveled back and forth to USC as I was doing my master's program in public health. My concentration was in health promotion, education, and behavior. So I'm really big on like behavior change and like helping people, reach their goals like that. But yeah, like right after graduating, I started working with Live Well Greenville. They focused on childhood obesity back then, and now it's like all around, reducing obesity risk factors for everyone in Greenville County. But I was a GA? Yeah, graduate assistant over at Sustainable Carolina when I was at USC, and that's when I first learned about veganism.
Okay. All right, hold on. Because the University of South Carolina people love to throw out this letter USC. They're not the real USC. University of Southern California. Okay.
U of SC. Okay, that's the way they changed it. Yes, a few years ago. My bad. So yeah, I was over there at Sustainable Carolina, and we focused on sustainability and like as far as agricultural practices and just for the environment overall. And so I was vegetarian then, like only about a year. And I was like, all right, I'm not seeing any changes in my health. Like, I don't really see the benefit of this, especially if I decide to, have farm raised chicken or, things like that, So I went back to my regular omnivore diet. And
I love how she calls it omnivore.
Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna keep it down. Keep it down.
If you remember if you go back to when we focus on dinosaurs in school, we learned about the herbivore, the carnivore, and the omnivore. We as humans tend to be omnivores.
Oh no, you were right. You were right when you said omnivore. That's not what I'm detesting. It was the whole.
Oh, I was just helping because they claim that we're meant to be omnivores, and it's just like, I don't agree with that fully, but I don't know. Okay, so Yeah, I was vegetarian and then went back to my typical diet. And I was always like healthy, grilled chicken, grilled fish, if I decided to have fish, and would eat a lot of plants anyway, here and there. But it wasn't until 2017 when I watched the movie What the Health. Go on Netflix, great movie, people. And and I watched it, and I was just like, that's it. That's it. I refuse to eat animal products again. I'm done. And I went immediately to my pantry, and I just start pulling out stuff, throwing stuff away.
Oh, I wish I knew you. I would have came and got all of it.
I would have came and got all of it.
Like, I was like, I'm done. And then after that, I kept learning more, because you just learn more and more once you turn vegan. Because like I learned about sugar, how, it depends on how it's processed, if it's vegan or not. And then dang old gummy bears. Like, gummy bears are not vegan because of the dang gelatin that they have in them. So you just keep learning about all these things. And I was just like, I know a lot of people struggle with this. And so that's when I developed VV Spot. It stands for Vegan Vegetarian Spot. It's my business. And that's where I became a resource to help those, first off, trying to understand the vegan plant-based diet. And then secondly, to showcase that people can still get great tasting food right here in the upstate to find. So yeah, that's basically it. And then I added the fitness side thanks to COVID, because all the restaurants and stuff were shut down during COVID, and I wasn't really making business. I would do food tours and stuff like that. But yeah, so now I'm here today.
During the panorama, because we can't say that other word on YouTube for some reason. You know what? I'm messing with you and joking with you, but one of the things that we were trying to say in the last interview is I appreciate people like you, because what makes people don't want to do anything with vegetarians or vegans is when you get the condescending vegans and the condescending vegetarians that act like you're the worst thing on the world because you had a piece of chicken. So for those of you watching, I was explaining to her backstage, I go to Cava a lot. And if you don't know what Cava is, it's a nice little healthy spot here in North Carolina. I don't know where else it is. But, I'm getting my splendid greens and my rice and my roasted vegetables and Persian cucumbers. And I just happen to like to put grilled chicken on it. So I got double grilled chicken, and my vegetarian friend just had the stank face and like, you and all this chicken. And I'm like, you got 6 extra dips and 2 different sauces. Your healthy bowl is like 40,000 calories. So what are you? And you get tired when you walk to your car. So let's not judge me because I eat meat. But people like you meeting people like you has helped me. There's vegan dishes that I enjoy. I'm never going to give up meat because you're not taking bacon from me. And vegan people, do not put in the chat all the different forms of vegan bacon there is. It ain't pork bacon, but y'all have it. It's great. But I like a lot of vegan dishes. There's this vegan waffle at Dames that I eat that's made out of applesauce and some other things that I just love to death. So thank you for people like you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think the only vegan thing that I've really had were some vegan sugar cookies. And let me tell you, some vegan cookies. I don't want to say sugar. I don't know, but they were vegan. Jones was the bomb.
Yes.
And then, oh man, it was the bomb. And then I had some vegan queso dip. And I got to tell you. No,
where'd you get it from?
I got it from Publix.
What?
I'm just being honest.
I need to look this up right now. Hold on. Why don't I know about this?
They have vegan stuff in regular grocery stores.
All I know is, I'm just saying.
They do, but queso?
It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I can't remember that. It was a few months ago.
Was it Publix right here?
It was in Greenville. It was in Greenville.
After this show, I'm running to Publix.
The look of concern on her face.
No, because I always immediately beeline it to the vegan section that they have in Publix right next to, all the vegetables and stuff like that. And I've not seen queso. They have this great deli meat turkey. It's roasted turkey or whatever. I have some in the fridge right now.
First of
But
all, it's going to be hard to be vegan and go into Publix because that Publix fried chicken is the bomb.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh my God.
honestly, real talk, Publix
Oh,
got the best wings and the best subs. Oh, thank
yes.
Look,
there the
you
Lord
need
sure
to.
smiled upon Publix.
Wait, she's about to say, you need to try the vegan fried chicken.
Yes, yes, that's what I was gonna say. Like, we have Naked Vegan right here. You need to go out and try Naked Vegan.
All right,
Okay.
we will. We will try it because I listen, when it comes to food, I am not a food racist. If
Mhm.
it tastes good, I'm 44. It's a little older than both of you. And I remember growing up, healthy food always tastes terrible.
Mm,
And I'm glad I'm in a time where they make healthier food that actually tastes good.
yeah.
You
Mhm.
know, there's just certain things I'm not going to give up because I only live once. But the question I wanted to ask for you was, what was the hardest thing for you to give up? Even though you watch the film, hell, I watch film on how McDonald's food is made, and every once in a while I still have a sandwich, which I shouldn't because I get sick every time I do because I don't
I would
because I
agree
don't
with
eat it
that.
enough. I don't
I
eat it
agree with
enough,
that.
so I get really sick. But
Hmm.
what was the hardest thing for you to give up?
I know people are gonna look at me all wrong and stuff because I know I'm just so healthy or whatever.
I'll say
But
chitlins.
gummy bears,
Gummy
Oh,
gummy
bears.
bears are like the
hey, that's
hardest
your
thing.
fault though. You could have kept that from me. You
No,
only
I mean,
live
'cause,
once.
no. So, I mean, they do have like some pretty good alternatives, out there for vegans or
Mhm.
people who just choose not to eat that stuff. But yeah, gummy bears were like the most difficult like thing for me because even like a week after I went vegan, after watching, like I'm telling you, it's really psychological too. Because after watching that film, like I had to go and help out at a fire station and we were having a meeting there. They made this chicken and I was like, oh, the smell is like about to make me throw up. Like it's just crazy that what a week ago I was able to eat that stuff. But and then the next week after watching that film, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, like can y'all have that over there? Because I just can't even smell it. Like I just
So dramatic.
No.
So
No, it's crazy how after learning, I'm serious, ignorance is bliss. I mean, like a lot of people, they just choose, like, they're just like, no, I don't want to watch that because I know I may feel that way. So I just don't want to do that, you know?
Mhm.
And
Oh, you
after
know what?
watching,
I'm totally different. I'll watch it, and then there's certain things I'll decide not to eat. Like when I saw how chicken nuggets were made, I haven't had a chicken nugget since, but I've
mhm.
seen how some of the more favorite things I like to eat are made, and I'm like, okay, got it, great. Because you know what? I go to this vegan restaurant, and I don't know if the guy washed his hands behind the counter. So I mean,
Got a point.
Two totally different things. One's
no, I'm just
bacterial
saying. No, I'm just
or
saying. I was agreeing with
microbiome.
you, like the ignorance is bliss. Like
Oh, yes, yes,
when we
yes.
go to
Okay.
eat out, but then we still make the decision to do it. We don't
Mhm.
know what's going on behind the counter. That's why I hate Waffle House because you can see everything, but you don't know what's going on behind the counter. But you do it anyway. So I was saying I
Mhm.
kind of get it in a sense because I haven't had a chicken nugget since
Yeah.
that special.
Waffle House is my
Mhm.
spot, man.
Ugh.
Oh,
Oh
thank
my
God for
gosh.
Waffle House.
Yeah, if you're drunk or high. Other than that, why are you eating that?
Or poor,
My see,
or poor in college, like that's what we used to do.
see, I use Waffle House as like my I go eat Waffle House. If I'm like in a pinch, that's like I'm in a pinch. I just need to get something in my system.
Mhm.
Go to Waffle House. I get my stuff out. It's to the point now. I walk through the doors. They know exactly what I want. I don't
Oh
even
God.
order. That's how bad it is. That is exact. That's
Oh, here comes
how bad it
DeAndre.
is.
Go ahead,
Oh.
put his order.
Walk in, walk in, like 2 scrambled eggs, waffle, grits, bacon on the side. If it don't break, I'm one of those dudes. I want my bacon so crispy that when I drop it, if it does not break when it hit the plate, you need to put it back on the grill.
Oh, well, wait. It
Oh
depends on
my
the bacon
gosh.
because because Lowe's grocery store, and I'm sorry, we're not trying to gross you out. DeAndre. We have people that are going to be watching that aren't vegan, and we want to help make sure we make them smile too. They'll be all right. Lowe's Smokehouse section has this thick cut bacon that is so amazing. And if you give me some Applewood bacon, I'm your best friend. I'll marry you. If you can make Applewood bacon, I'll marry you.
They have this Applewood sausage, vegan sausage by Field Roast that you can get from Publix. You know
what? Because people think sausage is meat, but sausage just like sushi. Everybody thinks sushi is raw fish. No, that's the type of way the food is prepared. And sausage is the way that food is prepared. So when people think sausage, they automatically think meat, and not all sausage is meat. So I'm good with you on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've had that chicken apple. I'm sorry, I've had that apple sausage, vegan apple sausage.
The Field Roast.
Oh,
I love it. It's good. Like I use that for my jambalaya. When I make my jambalaya and stuff.
It's not better than bacon, but it's still good.
Yes, there's vegan jambalaya. There's vegan everything.
There's vegan everything. You know what did you say you're opening up a restaurant or you have an eatery?
Oh, no. I help people. I help people find those restaurants. Like I do food tours showcasing those restaurants where they can enjoy those foods. I am not a restaurateur.
I can tell that would be good if you had one. There's a streamer that I watch, a YouTube streamer. He does more than that, named Trey Melvin, and he lives in California. And he talks about this vegan place that he goes to, and every meal is named after an affirmation or something to that effect. And I'm like, dang, that sounds good. But yeah, the vegan for everybody, even though me and DeAndra are going to be pro meat over here, vegan food is, and you do feel a difference. I can tell you that because I'm not gonna just lie. You do feel a difference when you're eating vegan than when you're eating the meats. But for those of you who are out there eating meat, it's just, the cleaner the meat, the better you're gonna feel. There's a reason why you feel worse when you eat Wendy's than you do when you eat Ruth Chris. There's a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst of the worst.
I was just gonna add one other thing is that not all vegan things are necessarily healthy. Like so.
Wait a minute now.
Let's stop the press.
Hold on now. You done threw me for a loop.
You didn't know this?
No, we're not vegan masters. Only
Oreo. Oh gosh, Oreo cookies are vegan. They are not healthy for you.
And that's exactly why I don't like them. I knew it was something about them. Because they're not healthy. I knew it was something about them.
Because they're vegan. That's what he's saying.
Well, I don't like Oreo cookies. I like double stuffed Oreo cookies.
Those are vegan. Okay, those are vegan.
Those are
then, some chips are vegan. Like some of your regular Lay's barbecue chips. Those are vegan. Mm-hmm. Doritos used to have this Blaze. I don't know why they discontinued it, but it was
like the regular nacho cheese.
What about Cooler Ranch? What about Cooler Ranch Doritos? Where we fall out on the scale from
bacon bits? Bacon bits are vegan. It's not real bacon.
Can you stop? That's the one thing. See, now I was smiling with you, but that's the one thing y'all annoy me with. Stop naming things after meat, and then it's not meat. It's so annoying.
No, but these things are what we call accidentally vegan. Okay, because I don't think they had the true intention of, let's save the environment and let's save animals right now and do this. Like, no, I don't think they were doing that. They were just like, let's put this chemical and this chemical together so that it can have a long shelf life. And there we go. Yeah.
That's a lot of good things get actually made, by accident. A lot of good things in life come from an accident. I mean, we're not just talking about my childbirth. There's other things that are made by accident that turn out to be good,
So DeAndra, the question that I want to know, because in all seriousness, I have toyed back and forth with the idea of going vegan to try it out, because we work together, and I've seen the results of you working out and eating vegan. And so for me, it's like when you started your vegan journey, what was that process like? How long did it take your body to adjust to this newfound way of eating? Does that question make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. But I just, mind you, I was not as active as I am right now. As far as fitness goes, like I would
Hmm.
play tennis here and there, or go to the gym like here and there. So that's why this may be a little different for you versus for me. So, um, like my family, we have a history of high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and diabetes. And I was always like, I typically had high blood pressure, and then my glucose was always pretty high. Like every time I would go get my A1C done. But then, like, I want to say I went vegan for one whole month before my next annual exam. So that's why I'm like, I can't say it was fully, because of my new lifestyle or, because of like all the different things that I've done, that whole
Yeah.
year or did that whole
Mhm.
year. So I did see that my A1C went down and then my blood pressure was very good. Like it was like super crazy low. I mean, not crazy bad low, but like
Girl, you on
one.
your way?
Well, that does make sense. I mean, you can say it was because of that. I told DeAndre a story a long time ago. One time I had to be on the road for an entire month, so I knew I was eating out for an entire
Mhm.
month. And when I got back, I lost I think I lost 6 pounds and 3% body fat. And then people are like, well, how'd that happen? Well, where I was eating out was making the difference. So at the
Mhm.
time, I ate a lot more hamburgers and pizza and all that. But instead of going to a fast food place, I would actually go into a restaurant and get a hamburger or a pizza into an actual parlor or something like
Mhm.
that. Even though it's not the greatest of food, just that change in the
It's so
quality
great.
of it made that difference. So imagine if I didn't eat out for
Mhm.
an entire month, you know,
Yeah.
and everybody's body is a little different. That's why people can do certain things that some people can't, and
Mhm.
and live longer. So there's a lot of factors, but cleaner eating, no matter what you're doing, is always going to be better. Whether it's
Right. Right.
vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, whatever tarian you want to be, it just has to be the cleaner, the better. Now, what you did is called a lifestyle change.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When I teach nutrition classes, I used to always talk about dieting versus lifestyle changes. I hate diets because diets
Right.
are it's a temporary fix. And so
Exactly.
you talked about what made you take the change. You saw that film, but just because you see a film doesn't mean you stay. So
Mhm.
what you've kind of alluded to your test scores, but is there any other contributing factors when you became full vegan that helped you stay the course?
So I'm one of those all or nothing people. Like how some people
Okay.
like to do things slow to transition and so now I'm just like flip the switch, I'm there. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's why it was like just all right, not looking back. I am fully vegan from now on for the rest of my life. So
Mm.
that's the type of person I am, and I know that's not how everyone is. But I was not looking back. Because I still had to cook, for my husband and stuff. And so,
Mhm.
like, touching meat and stuff, I didn't even like it when I was eating that stuff. And so, once I became vegan, it was just like worse for me. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so disgusting.
So
Still cooking.
no like one food that didn't tempt you to go back? Like I'll be honest and say, I'm just say it. Let's say I decide to cut out meat and go full vegan, right?
You better
There are
not.
certain that man, I'm trying to tell you, there are certain foods that I know are gonna cut me down at my knees.
Hmm.
I already know. I love brisket. I love brisket, and I
Oof.
know if I am somewhere and we go to a restaurant, right? And I'm like, hey, can y'all show me the vegan menu? And
Yeah.
they're like, oh yeah. And then the waitress comes and says, well, we have a new special for brisket that our chef has put on. At that point, it's like I got to freaking try it. So like, is there was there like during your process some change? Was there like a food that like made it difficult for you to go, or was it just like, nope, I'm mentally strong and I'm here?
Wait,
I'll tell
DeAndra,
you.
you missed the better one. The better one is not that the special. It's when the waitress walks up and goes, "All right, our most popular disc is the brisket." Oh, you've got me.
That you got me. I'm sold. I have to try it. I have to try it.
Th-
So yeah, go ahead, DeAndre. I'm sorry.
I just know that we have so many great alternatives. Like, and honestly, for me, if I were to have something that tasted how it really used to taste, like to me, I don't really like it. Like, for example, we have the Impossible Burger.
Oh,
All right, that's what's at Burger King and stuff like that. And it legit tastes like a beef burger. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, I prefer the Beyond Burger. Like,
listen, I'm gonna need you to change your facial expressions, okay? When you talk about my meat, all right?
I'm
This
sorry.
sounds like
I'm one of those people that wears it on their face, like how I feel or yeah. But the Beyond Burger I love because it has a distinctive flavor to it that still tastes really good to me. But some non-vegans don't like it. They'd rather the Impossible Burger. So it's a matter of the individual, the reason behind them being vegan, because everyone has a different reason. Mine was for health reasons along with environmental. Like, there's several levels to my reason, but some are strictly for the animals, and that's where you see they're the ones that they're like, give me the French fries, give me the Oreos, give me those chips, like all the vegan, like not unhealthy things. But yeah, they may have some healthy things, but they're just like, I don't care. I'm doing it for the animals, okay? So not for my health. So it just depends on the person.
But I do notice changes in me. For instance, of course, everybody already knows because we've said it a million times, I eat meat, but I don't eat like I used to. Like, I know when these commercials come on for like the hearty stick burger. 15 years ago, I used to be, and I'd go get the burger that's this size with all the stuff on it. And now I see that commercial, I'm like, ugh, because I don't eat, I don't eat red meat nowhere near as much as I used to. Every now and then I have a hamburger. Every now and then I have a steak. But I used to eat red meat, 4 to 5 times a week. And now you catch me eating it maybe once or twice a week, sometimes once or twice in a 2-week period. But I noticed the difference. There's a reason why when you eat a hamburger, you feel totally different than when you eat a chicken sandwich. There's a reason. So I get that. And I know that's not being a vegan, but I just want to say I can relate to that difference just from eating different types of meat and how you're affected when you eat different types of meat. You feel so much better when you eat fish than when you eat, a steak afterwards.
I mean, and similarly,
every single one of those this week.
You said what?
I've had every single one of those this week. I had steak, I had a hamburger, had salmon last night. I mean, yeah.
But you know what? I say this. Listen, this is what I say to people out here. We have her on because we want to talk about the goods of veganism, and to help people who want to not only become vegan, but people like me who want to know about more vegan dishes that they can enjoy. So this is not an all-encompassing show to tell everybody, go vegan or you're terrible because you eat meat. It's to educate you on the goods and the bads. And DeAndra, when I look at somebody like you, when I was personal training, I was telling DeAndra, the worst thing I hate is people who judge you and they're nowhere near as better shape. When I go get my lab tests, they're amazing. I'm 44. My doctor tells me I have the body and the stats of a person 10 years younger than me. And so you can't come over here with your salads and your body's all out of shape and looking weird, and you can't walk from your car to the mailbox without needing an inhaler and want to tell me about what I'm eating. You
My
know,
Mhm.
my issue with it sometimes, again, honestly, I'm not against it. Honestly, like I've said, I have looked into it. At some point, I'll try it out. Um, but the thing that bothers me is when people, like you said, it's almost like they talk down to you. It's like a religious thing. You mentioned in the beginning how, you know, just because somebody's not Christian, Christians will look down on that person because of them not being a Christian or whatever. But I've seen people who are vegans, to your point, Kiani, who work out, but you don't see not a change in their body. And I'm just like,
mhm.
hmm.
Comes
And then
down to
we,
nutrition.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
then we
comes.
have the yeah, because we have the flip side of that. We have the people who are not vegan, who condescend to people who are vegan, and then they go to the gym and their routines. And what people don't understand about working out is it's 90% what you put in your body, 10% what you're doing in the weight room.
Exactly.
That's the first problem right there. That's the first problem.
Yeah.
Deandra, what is a dish? What is the vegan dish that you like making your own on your own?
A salad.
And do
Or
you make them
well,
from? No, come no.
no,
Don't tell.
no, no, I am so serious. Okay, so I'm kind of lazy. I don't like cleaning a lot. So salads, there's less cleaning. It's like I just chop all this stuff up, throw it into one thing, shake it up, voila, done.
No, I don't want that one because non-vegan people make salads. I make salad too. The only difference is I put some bacon bits and sometimes some grilled chicken on it. So
I do
I
my
want to know.
lentils. Like I put my if grapes are in season or whatever, I'll put my grapes in there. Like I make it really
What's
nice.
something?
My sweet
What's something?
potatoes.
What's something you got to make from scratch besides the salad? I'm passing you on that one. What's something you got to? What's a vegan meal? I want the whole meal, not just like the main part of the meal. I want to. What's your best? Okay, when's the last time you cooked a vegan meal?
I mean, would yesterday kind of sort of count
Like a
because
whole
like
meal that has more than three items, at
oh
least three
oh
items.
okay then like okay let's go back to Thanksgiving because that's when I like really like do the
Talk
whole
to me.
shebang.
Talk to me.
Ooh,
There we
did you have a
go.
vegan Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us about it.
Please.
Yeah, so I do my greens. So instead of using lard and like
Okay,
my mom
pause,
would use
pause, 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 pause. We're gonna rewind because it's not a podcast, it's a videocast. So let's start back over and let's fix your face.
So
You're gonna
with my
insult
greens,
somebody's great grandma in here, okay?
with my greens, I put onions, tomatoes in there, and then I do vegetable broth. Um, of course, onion powder, garlic powder. You know how black people those are like our basic things. Some like some salt, pepper, and then I think I put some thyme. Like I just throw, all the seasonings, but those are like the main things that I put in there, and then just have that boiling, whatever. For my mac and cheese, I use a mixture of BioLife. It's VIO Life cheddar cheese.
I thought she was gonna say Velveeta. Go ahead.
It's probably vegan. Who knows? Yeah, because it's not cheese. And then like a little bit. I know some vegans may be like, "What?" But a little bit of Daya cheddar cheese in there. My nutritional yeast, and then my other seasonings. For the turkey, I just buy that. I buy my vegan turkey. It's field roast. I would either do field roast or like whatever Trader Joe's has.
Now, what is a vegan turkey? Because I'm picturing a turkey on the table, but I'm
I'm picturing
assuming it's
turkey
not an
legs.
actual turkey.
It's
So what's a
wheat.
vegan?
It's
But it
wheat
looks like a
based.
turkey.
No, no,
Well,
no, no,
that's
no.
what I'm
It
saying. Like,
looks.
paint the picture for us.
It's like a round thing, and they put dressing in the center.
See
Wait, I'm
that?
trying to think.
See that? It's like a round thing.
So okay, it's kind of like I think it's kind of like how ham looks. I think.
Okay,
Like
I
I
got
can't.
you.
I don't
I got
even
you.
know how ham looks,
I
but it's
got you.
like
I was
Okay,
just
I
round.
wondering.
can rock. I'm rocking with you.
It's like
Yeah.
round and has like the little things on it.
So vegans are starting to use language that all of us non-vegans use for our terrible food when we just say it has this stuff in it. Uh,
But it's really good. I got a lot of people like that
mhm.
really enjoy it.
Nice.
And Gardein, they make some too. But yeah, so it had that as like the turkey, whatever, and the dressing inside. But then I also made my own dressing because like I'm just so used to like our tradition when I was growing up, where my mom would just make a whole extra pan of dressing. So
Oh,
I would use the regular, crumbled bread, whatever, and then my cornbread. Have this amazing recipe for cornbread. It's by Nora Cooks. If you don't follow her, that's another good person to follow. And then I use vegetable broth again. And I just cut up my mushrooms, saute them, put
Mhm.
that in there too, and like mix it all up. It's really good. So mac and cheese dressing, and then I make an extra thing of cornbread just for us to have too. I use the vegetarian baked beans for my girls. Uh, like I rinse them off and then I put my own brown sugar and some coconut aminos and mesquite. Like it's this vegan smoke whatever that I put in there too.
It's got a
So
lot. That's a lot of flavor. It sounds like a lot of
it's good.
flavor.
It's flavorful. Like
Yeah.
it's got to be flavorful. Like
Even people,
come on.
even people who aren't vegan, I hate when I go in someone's house and I look at the seasoning and there's like 5 seasonings, like there's 5 basic seasons: salt, pepper, lawyer seasoning, salt, some onion powder, garlic powder, and then that's it.
yeah. I'm like, I
Oh
can't eat you.
no.
There's like a whole aisle
I
of
can't eat you.
seasonings at the grocery store. People have 5 of them. I sometimes will randomly, when I'm in the seasoning aisle, I'll just randomly Google a seasoning that I've never heard of or haven't used, and I go, okay, let's try this out.
Mhm.
I like that.
Hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, you gotta try.
Yeah. Let me come to somebody's house and they cook and they only got 5 seasons in there.
What you doing?
We gonna have. I
I
don't
ain't
know. I
gonna
don't know. I really don't know.
He said we gonna have words.
We DeAndra, what I want to ask is, so you mentioned when you first transitioned to being a vegan, that as far as the fitness wise, you weren't necessarily as consistent with your workouts, correct?
Correct.
So, if explain to me or us what life was like when you before being a vegan and working out, and then now that you're a vegan and you're consistently working out, like what are some of the pros, some of the cons that you've seen with your body now that you made the switch prior to your, I'm gonna say, your old body?
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, my numbers like drastically improved. Um, but and then like I think my sleep. I mean, I'm a hard sleeper anyway, so like I guess my sleep improved because that's what normally happens too.
Mhm.
And did my energy, because I've always been kind of energetic, but maybe that improved too. I mean, like I was pretty healthy, like overall. It was just like
Mhm.
because of my sugar of how I would just eat candy all the time. Because
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, I still kind of eat candy a lot, but because I'm not, it's not being influenced by the animal, you know, consumption, because that influences how sugar is being processed in your body too. I think that's why it's not as bad. Um, but yeah, like as far as me working out, I think it's honestly about the same. And I know that doesn't sound that great, even coming from a vegan. But it's just a matter of what you put into it. I honestly think it's the individual. It's based
Mhm.
on the person. Because a lot of non-vegans sometimes find it difficult to work out, just as how some vegans find it difficult to work out. It just depends on your work ethic and your energy.
Yeah, people are stupid. Yeah, people are stupid.
What's that?
No, go ahead. I was just running my mouth while you were talking.
Oh, no. I mean, I must say I do pay more attention to what I'm consuming right now because I'm, heavily in the fitness field, because I want to make sure I'm, consuming the right amount of protein and, the right amount of carbs that I need for my energy and the right amount of fats too. Because a lot of people always often like, I'm not going to worry about fats. But all of that is super important for your body and your organs and all of that to work right. So like on my website, I have, how to create a balanced plant-based plate, for those who are especially new to the lifestyle and or want to just improve, with their fitness side, that they can still look at that and see, oh, okay, so I need to, eat some more lentils or chickpeas or tofu or whatever to increase my protein.
Lentils can inflame in your intestines. I learned that the other day. I was like, what?
You said what?
Lentils can inflame your intestine. I was like,
if you have too much,
I was like, what?
Too much anything.
That's another thing in this world that people don't get. Too much of anything is bad. Hell, too many oranges is bad. And some people think because something is good, I'll just consume more. No, there's a health risk with everything. That's why. And I think one of the things that are confusing for people is it seems like between 5 and 10 years, the rules keep changing. You're supposed to eat bread. You're not supposed to eat bread. You're supposed to have blueberries. No, you're not supposed to have blueberries. And it's like you got the Dr. Oz's of the world, not to castrate him, but you just have all these people, and every 5 years, the rules keep changing. It's like, can we make up our mind on what we're supposed to eat and not eat? Because I get
look at who's funding the research.
I know. I'm just saying in general, hey, look, I'm 44 and I'm busy. I ain't got time to be looking at research. So no, but DeAndra reads, so I know he's game for looking up that. But that's a real concern for people. They get told you should be eating this, and they eat it, and you get all of this research, incredible sources that says eat more blueberries, oxidants, and then 5 years later, don't eat blueberries. It raises this, and it can cause cancer, and it's like, what?
But that's the thing. Like, how do you know what to do? Like, I'm one of those people that just to be 100% honest, this may sound bad. I don't know. I don't necessarily just believe in good or bad, but I'm just one of those people that I listen to my body. Like, I used to, when I played football, like, sheesh, I was told I needed to eat 6 to 7 meals a day. And I had to, in college, I had to consume an extra 2,500 calories a day. Where the hell I was getting this stuff from? I don't know. So this is exactly what my diet consists of, right? In the morning, I would eat my grits, eggs, bacon, whatever. And then I would make a shake. What went in my shake was some almond milk. I would put like 2 scoops of whey protein. I would put some peanut butter, honey, strawberries, blueberries. Mix it up, drink it. Then I would eat lunch, and lunch was whatever I was feeling that day. It could be Chick-fil-A, it could be something that was in the cafeteria or whatever. Then I'd make another shake. And then at dinner, I would eat whatever we had for dinner. And then at the end of the night, I would drink another shake. But if I didn't have a shake, I was eating herring, these little fish. And so this is how I was like eating so much, and like felt like absolute dog mess. Felt terrible. And so as I stopped playing, I'm not eating nearly as much as I used to. Now I eat when I'm hungry. If I'm hungry, I'm like, cool, I'll eat. If not, I won't eat. So I guess it's just like, how do you know what to do when things change so much? Like, how do you know?
Just like you said, listen to your body. I mean, when I was bodybuilding, I had to really change my diet. Some things I had to omit, like, especially towards the end, no tofu, no lentils. Like, it was just like cutting certain things. And I'm just like, okay, so where am I going to get my protein from aside from my protein shake? Like,
Steak. No, I'm kidding.
Speaking of the bodybuilding, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm sorry. Tell us about that process, because I know this was your first show that you had ever done. What was that process like for you, going from being a tennis player to I'm bodybuilding and I'm stepping into a world that is completely foreign? What was that process like?
That was insane. You used to hear me complain, like, this is stupid. I'm never going to do this again. And then I'm going to do it again. It was a huge learning curve, similar to like when I first turned vegan, because I was just like, I can't eat red apples. I can't have this and that fruit. Like, the list of what I could have was a lot smaller than what I could not consume, even as a vegan. And so at first I was able to have my tofu, like I was able to have the deli meat that I was telling you about, the vegan ones. I would wrap it up with lettuce and have mustard. That would be my lunch, or a salad. Because similar to you, for breakfast, I would have my vegan omelet with just egg. And then I'd have a protein shake. And then I'd have my lunch, which would be a salad or something like super, like lettucey or leafy greeny. And then another protein shake. And then for dinner, I could have my rice, my vegan grilled chicken, and vegetables. And then finally have my last protein shake. Like, I pretty much kept it standard, like almost every day up until I had to start cutting more of my diet. But I mean, it was intense, very intense.
No, I'm really proud of you. I remember you saying that, you wasn't gonna do it. You weren't gonna do it again. It was like, I'm one and done. And you ended up coming in second in your first ever, out of how many people again? How many was it?
It was just 3.
Well, but
it was just 3. That's why I'm just like, second is not
but still, I think, it's, to me, I look at it. You didn't come in third, dead last, but for it being your first one, I think that's something to look at and build on. And early in a few episodes before, we talked about everyone gets a trophy, the trophy culture. And when we did this, and we talked about your bodybuilding thing, and you were like, no, I'm not going to do it again. It just made me think about that. And I know this is off topic, but what are your thoughts on the everyone gets a trophy culture that we live in? Like, how do you feel about that?
I don't agree with that. You know that. Like, you need to put in work in order to earn something. So I don't know who I was talking to, but like the kids now, well, not now, but earlier in the school year, towards the end of the school year, that's when they have like the little award ceremony. And at our school, like, not all the kids got an award. And I guess some parents complained. And I kept quiet. I kept quiet in this meeting that I had, because I was just like, ooh, I'm one of those parents who agrees with all that's happening. So it was very interesting to see how now we've made it to where we're going to make sure all the kids have more of an opportunity to earn something, even though they did have an opportunity to earn something already.
We're raising
but yeah, you already know.
They're spending less time trying to figure out, how do I get better, as good or better than this person who defeated me, and more time on, can I get rewarded for trying?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's and you know what? And people don't understand it breeds into the rest of their life when they're growing up, because it's just like at work. when an employee thinks they're owed more gratitude for just doing their basic job, like just the thing
Yeah.
that you were hired to do. Your reward is the pay that you get. If you want a little
Mm-hmm.
extra, you need to do a little extra. you
Yep.
know, so
Yeah.
I want to
So no,
circle back to
I'm with
something
you.
because I didn't want to derail your question you asked her when you were talking about listening to your body. And that goes with age as well, because I was talking about how I can't eat the same I did 10 years ago. But what was funny when you guys were talking about calorie consumption, I remember watching things like swimmers eating like 6 boxes of pizza by themselves because they needed all of that to burn. And then I'm looking at their body and it's like, who am I to tell this person that they can't eat 17 pizzas? Hell,
Yeah.
they got 2% body fat, chiseled to death, and can swim for 9 hours. I can't tread water for more than 10 minutes or I'll die.
But
So
with
that was always funny to me.
I don't know much about swimming.
Hmm.
Um,
They've
but
got to
don't
burn up a lot.
yeah, like in order for them to like swim super fast and to do um all of those, just in order for them to swim fast, like they can't be like super like big, correct?
It's that, and it's also the amount of calories that they're burning up are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Swimming, of course, we know is the only exercise. If there's another one out there, please let me know because that's what I learned. It's the only exercise that works every muscle of the body.
Hmm.
So that's a lot of feeding going into those muscles. I was gonna, oh, she's gonna miss my joke. I was gonna tell her one of my friends, we were talking about protein, and they were showing me like the 17 plants that they ate that day, and I was just like, I had a steak. We're equal. We're even.
That'd be definitely something I would say. Oh,
Yeah.
good for you, man. I had a ribeye and it was great. And
I, I,
I put A1 sauce on it.
I had the porterhouse.
Yeah, but you didn't put any sauce on it, so it's like
Well, hey, we've already had to talk about sauce.
I
I
know.
will put
I
sauce on
know.
there if the steak ain't good. Okay. If the steak ain't good, I may put some sauce on there. But if the steak is good, um, I'm gonna let it do what it do.
I'm
So,
putting it on regardless. Man,
huh?
I hate she got off because I was definitely gonna ask her
Well, did
what
she
would
get
she.
off or did she get disconnected?
I don't know,
Yeah, I don't think she's gone. The show ain't over. She better get back in here, vegan and all.
I was but I was definitely gonna ask her like what would and maybe you can talk to this about it because you've tried it before, and I know you know people who are vegans.
Mhm.
What would be for someone like me who knows nothing. Um, what would you say for someone? What would be your advice to someone who's wanting to get into it? You know.
Well, I would say find someone like DeAndra, um, who is positive and going to give you the right resources, but won't be condescending and can be patient with your needs. Because some people can't, like she said, she quit cold turkey. Some people can't do that. Some people need to wean off. I get addicted to Coca Cola once I have one, and then I have to wean myself off of it. Where it's okay, 3 cans a day, 2 cans a day, 1 cans a day the next week, and then next week after that, I'm off.
Yeah.
So I I don't know if I'll ever be completely vegan, but I have started by having particular meals, you know, and that's how I've started doing that. Um, Experiment. You got make sure you like it because, like I was saying, when I grew up, a lot of the healthier options were terrible.
Hmm.
Okay, they were terrible, and so going healthy wasn't as big of a desire, from the time I was a kid till about 25. Then after 25, it started to get a little bit. I remember when I was kid, everything was like, you gotta eat rice cakes and celery with peanut butter on it. And it was like,
How did people think rice cakes was a good idea?
I don't know either.
How? Like I
I
don't
don't
like
know.
rice cake.
I don't know. Well, I didn't get that advice from too many people that look like me.
Honestly, I might slap somebody if they said to me, if they said, "Hey man,
What? Have
if
you
you're
ever bitten
hungry,
into a
eat a
rice
rice cake."
cake?
No,
Have
I
you
will not
ever?
go
You've had a
near.
rice cake before, right? No,
No,
well,
I'm
see, that's the
not.
thing. Sometimes I gotta try it just to make sure that my disgust is validated. And when I ate that rice cake, I felt like I'm like, why do people want to eat cardboard? I do not understand why anyone wants to eat cardboard. And then my friend tried to say, "Well, you eat graham crackers. Don't compare your rice cake to my graham crackers,
Yeah,
please.
don't do that. Please don't do that.
Just
That's a
don't."
disrespect to the graham crackers.
The disrespect. There you go. The
It's just
disrespect.
disrespectful,
Yeah.
man.
And then we
Goodness
got
gracious.
DeAndra over here shoveling wheelbarrows amounts of gummy bears down her
I
I can just picture her with a giant bag of gummy bears, just shoveling handfuls of gummy bears.
at some point I will try. I think for me, man, honestly, it's like with anything I attempt, it's like I got to work my way into it. I'm not the person that's just gonna
Do it.
cold turkey quit something. I have to.
It's not hard, DeAndre. Just go when you go to some restaurants and you see some vegan options on the menu. Try something. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to. I don't have a sponsorship with Dames, but I've gone to Dames, and one day I just saw the vegan waffle, and I was like, "Well, let me see what this is all about." And I tried it, and I was like, "This is amazing."
Hmm.
And I've had some vegan foods that I'm like, okay, never mind. And I've had some where I'm like this, but again, it's just like any other food. I've done some vegetarian dishes. I'm like, get that out of here. And I've done some vegetarian dishes where I'm like, this is amazing. Same
Right.
thing with regular food. We've had meat dishes where we're like, this is disgusting. And we've had meat dishes where it's like, this is amazing. So when it comes to taste, that's kind of in all of these lifestyle, because I hate diets, changes. Um, but wean yourself in, just try different things.
I think that was
And
good.
don't let
One of
the
the point.
name turn you off. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna
Oh,
say
Bianca says go on tours. She's
go on.
backstage
Yeah.
trying to come back in, but she says go on tours is a good thing to do.
I'm gonna have to get it. I'm gonna have to get with VV Spot. VV. I say it wrong every single time, but I'm gonna have to go on one of her tours, um,
Mhm.
so that I can know all the different vegan places that are out there. But one of the things you said earlier in the show was that it's a lifestyle, and that is indeed what it is. I tell people this with fitness that it's not just, oh, I'm gonna go work out. Like it's a lifestyle. It's something that you become. You become this thing. It's not that I'm trying it out. It is I become a workout. This is just part of my daily routine. Um, so yeah, I thought that was a really good point that you brought up for those that are listening. It's not. It's a lifestyle. Whatever it is that you choose to do, create it and make it a lifestyle. But we reached that point.
We talked about this before. You on a gym. We talk about what happens between January and March, right? Well, it starts in December, but
Hmm.
we talk about what happens every year, January and March. The gyms get packed January to March, and then by March, at the end of February, it starts to weed out the people who made the New Year's resolutions, but realize it's not the lifestyle that because they realize it's a lot more work than they thought. It's
Yep.
and there's two types of people that work out: people who do it for health and people who do it because they actually enjoy it and it's fun.
Hmm.
When I used to work out 5 to 6 times a week, working out was fun for me. Now I do it because I need to, so I don't go as much as I used to.
Honestly, just this is just total honesty. I wouldn't say working out is fun. Like I don't it's not fun. Like the way your body feels afterwards,
Oh, but I
um
used to feel great
how
though.
your body feels, even just the
Mhm.
amount of work that's required for your body to look good. Sometimes it's fun. I think it's fun when you're working out with people. But it's not fun. However, for me, it is one of those things that like I'm just somebody that consistently want to progress. Like I want I always want to be getting better. And I think sometimes I think people oftentimes love the present condition they're in more than they want to get better. Does that make sense?
Well, it can. Well, yeah. Like I'm glad you caveated it by saying some people because, like I said, when I worked out, it was fun for me. When I was in there pumping weights, it was fun, and that was
Hmm.
fun for me. And then when I was getting the results, it made the fun even more. I would wake up and be like, "What I got on my schedule today? What time can I go to the gym?" It was fun. It was a drive. I enjoyed it. When I even the part where I got dead tired, and you come home, you drink that shake, and then you take a shower. And after that shower, I felt amazing. But there came a point where that wasn't fun anymore. I was just doing it to maintain. So, you know, it just
Yeah.
gotta you have the different motivation. Ah, guess who's back? Oh, not yet.
Yes.
No, we
Oh, I
can hear you,
can.
but the audience can't hear you because you're not on the live yet. Keep talking, DeAndre. We'll bring her on.
No, no, it's I'm just glad you said that, man. You know, like I
Mhm.
said, for me, it was always one of those things where like the work sucks. The feeling after is great. That's the truth. I was just saying that I just feel like for some people, not all people, for some people, they're like, oh, I want to get better. I want to lose weight. I want to do this. I mean, DeAndre, you see it a lot when people come in the gym. They're like, oh, I want to lose weight. I want to put on muscle, but they're not consistent. And I was saying, I think the issue is that they not love, I'm just saying, they love the current state more than they love the they love the how can I put it?
Yeah, you
Well,
see my face. Where are you going?
It's not that they love it. It's
well,
just more that they are.
we gotta be fair a little bit. Sometimes the number one problem, and this is what I did when I was personal training. When somebody comes in and they want to lose weight, want to do this, the first question that a lot of people don't ask is why.
Hmm.
Okay,
Oh, I
because your
always ask
why,
why.
but what I'm saying, but that why plays into it, their commitment. Because if you want to lose weight because your husband said you put on a couple pounds, you're not going to last.
You're
You
not.
want to lose weight because somebody made fun of your photo, you're not going to last. If you don't want to do it for you, you're not going to last. So sometimes those people that you're talking about, their why is a factor in how determined they're going to be to keep going or how motivated they're going to be.
Hmm.
What are you doing this for? Is it just because your doctor said you need to lose weight because of your health? Because now you're just following orders. You got to want to do this for you. And those people, when I personal train, last a lot longer when they figure out their why than I just need to go to the gym and work out.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's
I
it.
don't think it's as urgent. It's not an urgent.
Well,
Because
it
you're
goes
right.
deeper.
Their why. Go ahead.
It goes a little deeper than the why because it depends
Mhm.
on the mental state. You know, like if they really, because some people they really want to do it, but then they're just like, oh man, I don't know why I don't feel like I can do this today. You know, because I've had clients like that, and it's just like, okay, you need to come to me when you are fully ready
Mhm.
because otherwise we're not going to get anywhere if you're going to keep canceling sessions or just not
Yeah.
doing your at home sessions and stuff like that. So
It rained today.
it
I can't go.
I mean,
Fighting
I
every. This is
I mean,
not a disagreement. The three things that we just said are all fractional parts of why
Mhm.
they won't
yeah,
do it. Finding out, having a good reason to why you want to be self motivated to do it, not giving up just because it's hard. If this is
Mhm.
something you really want to do, if it wasn't hard, everyone would do it.
Right.
And then like you're saying, DeAndre, because I remember, I know me and DeAndre talked about this a lot. You know, it's people say, "Well, I'm going to start on Monday." I'm like, "Well, it's Tuesday. Why are you going to wait 6 more days?
yeah,
Can't you start on Wednesday or Thursday? Why you got to start on?" And then when Monday comes, it rained, so I couldn't go. You
oh
know,
yeah,
or something came up. I had to work an extra hour. So now I'm tired. It's just everything we said is a contributing factor.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually find working out to be therapeutic. It's not like a
Mhm.
pain. It's just like,
yeah.
oh, this is nice. Feels good.
I will be say there was a spell for me where like so I've just recently started back like training. And but there was a spell for me where I honestly
Yeah, because
I
he let
didn't
himself
touch
go,
a weight.
DeAndra.
No, I wouldn't say I let myself go, but honestly, there was a point where I had no motivation. Like I didn't want to see a
Mhm.
weight. The only thing I did was I went to the gym to teach a class, and that was it. And I think a lot of that was because I was in there so much. Like prior to DeAndra coming on, like I was in there so much that like at the end of the day, I'm just like, dude, I don't want to look
Well, when
at
did
a
you
gym.
start playing When did you start playing football in sports?
Well, I started playing football when I was like 8 or 9.
So think about it. It's just like I used to get up every morning at 4:30 and go to the gym because I was in the army 20 years. When you do something for so long, you know, it's easy for you to get demotivated to do it for a while. You've been doing it for so we see it with NFL players all the time. You see an offensive lineman that looks like a brick, you know what house, and then they retire, and then like 5 years later, like, whoa, round boy, you know, because
Yeah.
now they're not lifting weights and
Yeah.
training and doing all that all the time. And so,
Right.
not saying that's what happens to everybody, but you've been lifting weights, high school, college,
College.
in the pros. So sometimes your mind just needs that mental break of, you know what, I don't want to see a wait for a good 2 years.
See, it felt like it really did feel like that, where I was just like, dude, I
Mhm.
don't want to look at it. I don't want to do anything. But then there was also the other psychological aspect of me that was struggling with body image issues. That
Mhm.
like I was always looked at, not that I was this really big, like muscle bound football player, but like I looked great. And then I'm not working out and I'm like, oh man, oh, I
You
look
gotta
strung out.
stop taking pictures sitting on the couch. You gotta stop taking those bad angles.
No, but
You
it
gotta
was just
look when you see someone's cell phone come up. That's now
smack it out their
DeAndra
hands.
doesn't have this problem, but as soon as I see someone taking a picture, I immediately inhale.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, DeAndre, one of the things I wanted to say before, or I wanted you to chat on, before we get off, is your advice for people who are thinking about starting their vegan journey, and they're like, I don't know what to do. I'm not like DeAndre. I cannot just quit cold turkey and do it. What would be your
Mhm.
advice to those people like me who are like, I want to dip my toe in, but I don't even know where to begin? What would you say to them?
She's gonna say, "Stop being a baby."
So I'd say start off with having a meatless Monday. You know,
Mm,
like just say, all right, for the next month, I'm going to just try to not have any meat on one day a week, and then you can progress it into some more days or even just like by the meal. Because oftentimes, us, especially as Americans, we think meat has to be in every single meal that we have. So just like, all right, for today's dinner, I'm not going to have any meat. Or tomorrow's breakfast, not going to have my bacon. Uh, like, just like go as slow as you feel like you need to go. And if you mess up, okay, you're human. It happens.
mhm.
But just don't let that deter you from your goal. And then there are several resources out there. I mean, I told you phoebe-spot.com. But and then also you have like the Physicians Committee for Research Medicine. Like they use a lot of evidence-based guidelines with that. So that's pcrm.org. That's a fantastic resource, especially for individuals that have specific health conditions like cancer, diabetes, anything like that. Like I definitely recommend you to go to that website. But it's just a matter of you taking your time, trying things, being open to vegan bacon, and tempeh. But just go as slow as you want or
I
need to.
appreciate that.
I always,
No, I
it's funny because genetics plays a lot into it too.
Mhm.
Like, Andre, you're no player. I don't know how, like, players in the 70s could drink like a 12 pack and then go play a whole football game and smoke cigarettes at halftime. I just hear that and feel like
Man,
I
them
would have
boys
killed
were
over
animals, man.
and died. But you look at people like a George. I remember watching George Burns on Johnny Carson. He was like 93 years old. And Johnny Carson says, "So I hear you're not smoking as many cigars these days." He goes, I'm down to about 5 a day." And he goes, "Well, what does your doctor think about that?" He goes, "My doctor's dead."
Look
Like,
at that.
yeah, you're 93. He smokes religiously, but it's just some people go, "Well, look, he did," but that's genetics. He's
Yeah.
outlived all of his doctors.
Oh my goodness.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, you know
Well,
what time it
guys,
is, right?
we've reached our segment of weekly wins. So,
We've
DeAndra, you're
reached
the
a
guest.
whole entire show with you with no static until now.
Sheesh, man. DeAndra, what is your weekly win?
Oh, DeAndre, you keep messing this up.
My weekly win. Okay.
Don't do
I'm
it,
on the spot.
DeAndre. Don't do it. The guests got to go last because they're only on
Okay.
for one episode.
You're right. Well, we'll start with me. So my weekly win is that we had our opening for this play that I'm in. It's called Hank Williams, The Lost Highway. This was last Friday, and it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and man, it was packed. And after each and every show, um, I had people come up to me and tell me how much they enjoyed my character and my singing, and it was really really cool to hear from people who don't know me, who don't have to lie to me. It was just really cool to have those type of compliments, and that to be my acting debut. It was really really cool. So that's my weekly win.
Awesome. Well, my weekly win is I knew that the Vegan Master was going to be on here this week. So I had me two vegan dishes this week so I could be in a good mood about veganism. I don't even know if that's the way you say it. I just keep saying veganism.
It's a word, yeah.
And so I would hate to see what happens if you know what, when I become a millionaire, I'm gonna do a fundraiser where I'm gonna donate like $1 million to DeAndra's favorite charity if she does keto for like a day.
Oh my goodness. Vegan keto, right?
No. But that was my weekly win. I tried, and I'm gonna try several more dishes and incorporate it more into my diet, and so that the next time that you're on this show, you might hear something like, "You know what? I am 85% vegan." You know.
Okay.
Then
I'll
I know
probably
the,
get
the
10%.
the highest I'm gonna get to is 98% because steaks can go away, chicken can go away, but bacon's not going anywhere. No, it's not going anywhere.
All right. So my weekly win, yesterday, we had a weigh-in with one of my clients. And when she first saw her weight, she was like, huh, because it went up by 1.5 pounds. But we saw that she lost 2 inches in her waist and 2.5%. She lost 2.5% of body fat.
Let's go.
Yeah, muscle weighs more than fat, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. That's awesome. Guys, it's been real. It's been awesome. I got notes here that I'm gonna look at for whenever I start my vegan journey. But it's been real, DeAndra. Greatly appreciate you for coming on the show, for sharing your expertise. Kiani always keeping it light, whenever I'm trying to be too serious. Thank you for steering us back in the funny direction. So I appreciate y'all, you guys. And for everyone, again, this is DeAndra. If you want to learn more, if for those of you who are in Greenville and you want to go on a food tour, DeAndra, tell them where they can find you.
vv-spot.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at vv_spot for the food side, or vv_spot_fitness for the fitness side.
You heard it here first, guys. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. Y'all have a phenomenal rest of the week. We out.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gay. I need my meat.